My friends, let me start with something simple and surprising. You would be amazed how much lighter, clearer, and more energetic the body feels when the colon is not burdened. Sometimes, a single cup of the right natural drink can encourage the body to release waste it has held onto for far too long. And for seniors, especially men over 50, this can make an enormous difference. The goal isn't just to cleanse for the sake of cleansing. It's about helping the body function the way it was designed to, so you can move, think, digest, and sleep with greater ease. Now, as men cross that age of 50, something begins to shift steadily, even quietly. Digestion slows down. The metabolism doesn't burn as hot as it used to. Foods that once moved swiftly now sit heavier, and many men don't realize that what they interpret as low energy, irritability, heaviness in the belly, poor sleep, or a foggy mind is often linked directly to the condition of the digestive tract, especially the colon. You see, the colon is not just a waste storage tube, it's one of the great detox pathways of the body. When it works smoothly, everything else works better. But when waste lingers, fermentation happens, gas builds up, nutrient absorption weakens, the immune system grows sluggish, and the body tries to speak. Bloating, constipation, discomfort, and even skin issues like darkening and dullness are often its language. That's why that one cup idea becomes powerful. It's not a magic potion. It's simply a gentle, natural formula that supports what the body is already designed to do, clean itself. Seniors often think they must live with constipation, slow digestion, or that heavy feeling in the abdomen. But you don't. In fact, the body responds beautifully when you give it the right timing and the right nourishment. One of the biggest challenges for men after 50 is timing. When to eat, when to drink, when to rest. Most men develop habits in their 20s and 30s, and even when the body slows down, the habits stay the same. Late dinners, heavy meals at night, multiple cups of sweetened tea, irregular water intake, and long gaps between movement create a slow, sticky digestive rhythm. But the beautiful truth is that the body at 50, 60, 70, or even 80 is capable of remarkable healing when you align with its rhythm. And this is why cleansing the colon gently, with natural ingredients, becomes important. It's not about forcing the body. It's about reminding it. Think of the digestive system as a flow. Everything in nature flows, rivers, air, seasons. When the colon flows, the entire body feels younger. Now, before I tell you about the drink itself, I want you to understand why seniors, particularly men, benefit so drastically from a simple colon cleanse. As the years pass, the abdominal muscles weaken, the gut slows, the hormonal landscape changes, and movement decreases. These factors allow waste to linger longer than it should. When it lingers, toxins accumulate, and when toxins accumulate, the liver, kidneys, and even the heart begin to feel the burden. You may notice high blood pressure, fluid retention, difficulty bending forward, or a belly that feels hard and bloated, even if you haven't eaten much. Many men don't realize that this isn't fat, it's stagnation. But here's something hopeful. Just one cup of a cleansing drink taken at the right time, usually early morning on an empty stomach, can stimulate the colon's natural peristaltic wave. The body wakes up, the digestive tract begins to move, the system clears, and men often report feeling lighter within minutes, simply because the body was waiting for a nudge, not a push. This first step, this simple understanding, is the foundation for everything else I will share in the next parts. When you help the colon, you help the entire body. And when senior men support digestion, they support vitality, mental clarity, better mood, improved mobility, and most importantly, comfort. Before I explain how to prepare the drink, it's important to understand what actually happens inside the colon when you give it the right support. Many seniors imagine their digestive system as old and worn out, but the human body is far more resilient than that. Even at 60, 70, or 80, the cells are always renewing, always responding to nourishment, always rebuilding. The colon is no exception. It is constantly moving, absorbing, releasing and communicating with the rest of the body. Inside the colon live billions of friendly bacteria, your microbiome. These organisms help break down food, produce vitamins, calm inflammation and support immunity. But when your diet becomes heavy, oily, overly processed or irregular, those friendly bacteria struggle. Harmful bacteria take over, fermentation increases, and the colon begins to slow down. That's when constipation, gas, bloating, and a feeling of fullness become a daily frustration. For men over 50, this shift is often more noticeable because muscle tone in the abdomen naturally reduces with age. The gut becomes slower, and because many men do not drink enough water or eat enough fresh fiber, the colon becomes dry and sluggish. A simple natural drink can rehydrate the colon, soften stubborn waste, and stimulate natural movement. That's why the feeling of relief can come so quickly. It's not because the drink is harsh, but because the colon is finally getting what it's been missing. Now imagine this: you begin your morning with something warm, gentle, and cleansing. Before you've even fully started your day, the body begins to release what it no longer needs. This early cleansing sets the tone for the entire day. Your appetite becomes more controlled, your energy more steady, and your mind clearer. Seniors often tell me that after a gentle cleanse, even their breathing feels easier, as though their diaphragm finally has room to move again. You see, digestion and breathing are deeply connected. When the abdomen is tight, bloated, or full of trapped gas, the diaphragm cannot expand smoothly. This affects lung capacity and can make you feel tired even after resting. Men often think it's just age catching up to them, but in many cases it is digestion asking for help. Another challenge men face after 50 is the gradual decline in stomach acid. With low stomach acid, food doesn't break down properly. Large, undigested particles reach the colon, and the colon has to work harder than it should. This creates heaviness and fermentation. A gentle colon cleanse can reduce this overload, giving the digestive system a break so it can function more efficiently. And then there's the liver. The liver is the great filter of the body, constantly cleaning the blood and processing toxins. But when the colon is backed up, the liver becomes overwhelmed because it has nowhere to send the waste. Seniors often experience fatigue, irritability, or a dull-coated tongue, not because the liver is weak, but because the colon is not cooperating. Once the colon begins to clear, the liver breathes, energy returns, clarity returns, a feeling of lightness spreads through the whole system. This is why even 1 cup of a well-prepared cleansing drink can create such immediate results. It rehydrates, it stimulates, it softens. It encourages the natural wave-like movement of the intestines. And most importantly, it reminds the body that it still knows how to heal. Now let's talk about the drink itself. Simple, natural, and gentle enough even for seniors who have struggled with constipation or slow digestion for years. You don't need anything exotic, expensive, or complicated. Nature has already given us ingredients that hydrate, soothe, and activate the colon in a very natural way. When used in the right combination, they work almost immediately, yet without the harshness that many over-the-counter products can create. The first essential component is warm water. Not hot, not cold, just warm enough to comfort the body. Warm water awakens the digestive system, softens dry waste, and prepares the colon for movement. Many seniors unknowingly drink too little water, and even when they drink, it's often cold, which can tighten the intestines. Warm water, on the other hand, relaxes them and encourages flow. The second element is fiber from a natural source like psyllium husk. Psyllium is a wonderful plant fiber that swells as it absorbs water. When mixed properly, it forms a soft, gel-like texture. This gel travels through the colon, gently loosening waste that has been stuck and coating the intestinal walls so they can move more freely. It acts like a broom, soft, flexible, and natural, but psyllium must always be combined with plenty of water, otherwise it can create dryness. That's why warm water is the foundation. The third element is a gentle stimulant from nature, such as a small amount of lemon. Lemon helps awaken the digestive tract and slightly increases acidity in the stomach, which helps break down food more efficiently. Its cleansing properties encourage the colon to begin moving without forcing it. For seniors whose digestive system has slowed down over the years, this small spark makes a big difference. And the fourth element is optional but very helpful for men over 50. A teaspoon of honey or a pinch of pink salt. Honey soothes the stomach and provides mild prebiotic support for healthy gut bacteria. Pink salt, on the other hand, supports hydration and mineral balance, which many seniors lack. Both options assist the colon, but you only need one, not both. To prepare this drink, simply take a glass of warm water, add 1 teaspoon of psyllium husk, squeeze in a little fresh lemon juice, and stir quickly. Psyllium thickens fast, so drink it immediately. If you wait too long, it becomes too thick to swallow comfortably. After drinking it, follow it with another half glass of plain warm water. This helps the psyllium move through the system smoothly, allowing it to do its job without any strain. The timing is just as important as the ingredients. The best time for seniors, especially men, is early morning on an empty stomach. This is when the colon is naturally most active. Drinking this mixture before eating anything gives the body a chance to clear out old waste before new food arrives. Within minutes, many seniors feel the urge to use the bathroom. Others experience their results within an hour. The key is consistency, not force. Some men ask whether they can take this drink at night. Technically, yes, but the early morning remains the most effective window because the body's cleansing rhythm begins at dawn. Taking it too late at night may interrupt sleep, which is not ideal for seniors. When taken correctly, this simple drink can help reduce bloating, soften the abdomen, improve appetite control, and brighten overall energy. Many seniors notice that the belly feels flatter, lighter, and less tense within a few days of consistent use. Once you begin clearing the colon gently, the body starts to respond in ways that often surprise seniors. Many men tell me that after just a few mornings of this simple routine, they feel a lightness in their steps they haven't felt in years. But cleansing is only one part of the picture. What you do throughout the rest of the day is just as important, because your lifestyle either supports the colon or slows it down again. One of the most helpful habits for men over 50 is simply walking after meals. It doesn't need to be fast or long. Even 10 minutes of calm walking after lunch or dinner signals the colon to move. Movement creates movement. Seniors sometimes assume that digestion slows because of age alone, but far more often it slows because the body isn't receiving enough gentle activity. The colon is like a river. When you move, it flows. When you sit too long, it becomes still. Another day-to-day habit that changes everything is timing your meals. Many men in their younger years develop a habit of eating late at night, often because of work, social gatherings, or simple hunger built up from long gaps between meals. But as the body ages, late night eating becomes one of the biggest contributors to slow digestion. The digestive system prefers to rest at night. When you eat late, food sits in the colon for hours while the body is trying to sleep. This creates fermentation, gas, heaviness, and disturbed rest. A simple shift helps: try to finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. If seniors follow just this one adjustment, finishing dinner earlier, they often notice tremendous improvements in constipation, bloating, energy levels, and even mood. The colon needs nighttime to repair. When it isn't burdened with food, it repairs beautifully. Another thing that senior men should pay attention to is hydration throughout the day, not only in the morning. Many men go hours without drinking water and then suddenly take in multiple cups of tea. Tea can be dehydrating if consumed without enough water. The colon requires water to function properly. A well-hydrated colon moves waste smoothly. A dry colon becomes slow and strained. Sip on warm water throughout the day, especially between meals. Food choices play a role too. Seniors often rely heavily on bread, meat, and tea while consuming very little fresh fruit or vegetables. A colon cleanse can only do so much if the diet remains heavy and lacking in natural fiber. You don't need to make drastic changes, just introduce small additions. A handful of fresh fruit in the morning, a serving of vegetables with lunch, a little salad in the evening. These gentle additions help keep the colon moving and prevent waste from becoming dry and compacted. Another factor that often affects men over 50 is stress. Stress tightens the gut, slows digestion, and interferes with the normal movement of the colon. Many seniors carry emotional stress silently, concerns about family, finances, health, or responsibilities. Even 5 minutes of deep breathing can calm the nervous system enough to improve digestion. When the mind relaxes, the colon relaxes. The two are deeply interconnected. Finally, it's important to understand that a colon cleanse is not a quick fix. It is a starting point. Seniors who support their digestion daily, through timing, movement, hydration, and simple natural foods experience long-term improvements. Their mornings become easier, their energy more steady, and their digestive discomfort gradually fades. This is why I always say support the body gently, and the body will reward you generously. As you continue using this simple morning drink and supporting your digestion with small daily habits, something very encouraging begins to happen. The body starts communicating with you in clearer ways. Seniors often tell me, "I can finally feel what my body wants again." That's the beauty of helping the colon. It wakes up the entire system. When waste begins to move out more efficiently, the body becomes lighter, the mind becomes clearer, and everyday discomforts begin to fade. One of the earliest signs seniors notice is a change in the abdomen. That tight, stretched feeling begins to soften. The bloating reduces. The stomach doesn't feel as heavy after meals. This isn't magic, it's simply the body functioning the way it should. When the colon clears out old waste, it creates space for new movement, new energy, and better nutrient absorption. Even the appetite becomes more balanced, because the body is no longer confused by the presence of old, fermenting material. Another thing many men experience is improved mood. We often forget that the gut and the brain communicate constantly. When the colon is sluggish, the mind feels dull and heavy too. But as digestion improves, many seniors describe feeling calmer, lighter, and more motivated throughout the day. Even simple tasks become easier because the body is no longer fighting internal congestion. Sleep improves as well. A heavy, inactive colon often causes restlessness at night. Gas discomfort or a feeling of fullness can keep seniors waking up multiple times. But when digestion works smoothly, the nights become more peaceful. The body heals fastest during restful sleep, and a clean colon allows that healing to happen without interruption. You may also notice your breath deepening. When the abdomen relaxes, the diaphragm moves more freely. Seniors who have struggled with shallow breaths or tightness in the midsection often report breathing more comfortably once the colon begins to function better. This improved breathing brings more oxygen to the body, which further supports energy, clarity, and overall well-being. Perhaps the most beautiful part of this entire process is that the body begins to trust you again. When you treat it gently, nourish it wisely, and respect its natural rhythm, it responds with surprising strength. Even at older ages, the body is capable of remarkable renewal. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s regain regularity, lightness, and comfort simply by adopting this morning drink and adjusting their daily habits just a little. But remember, consistency matters more than intensity. You don't need to cleanse every day forever. Many seniors take this gentle drink for a few weeks to help the colon reset, then use it only when needed. What matters most is keeping the body's natural flow alive through hydration, early dinners, simple movement, and mindful eating. And above all, listen to your body. It speaks softly at first, then louder if we ignore it. But when you support it, it speaks with gratitude, through comfort, energy, and a renewed sense of vitality. You are not too old to feel good. You are not too old to feel light. And you are certainly not too old to help your body heal. Even with small, gentle changes, the body responds quickly. Support your colon, and you support your life from the inside out.